guess we should get started.
I don't know, but I believe
Will and Quesadilla.
The world's best bumper sticker.
Shenanigans.
Hey guys, Twiddles and Tiger here. We are on Thought Bubble number 9. Holy smokes. Next one, I'm excited. We're going to be you always hold up your hands. 9. Wait, I'm holding up 10 fingers. Oh, man. So, let's jump in. Yeah, because a lot of you have been complaining that the bubbles are a little long.
Um,
Guys,
we can't control the bubbles, and we can't. Dave, we know you're watching. We can't always please you. We're sorry.
It's impossible.
We're sorry. We still love you though. Okay, so we're hopping right into things.
Yep,
I came up with the
in.
bubbles this week. Bruce, most of our freshmen are 3 or 4 years away from college, but I want to know what roommate advice do you have for them for the moment when they become roommates?
Oh my gosh. So I've had, let's see, some good roommates, some bad roommates. I think just being friends with your roommates is the best advice I can give. Because like my freshman year, my roommate was this guy who like lived in a nearby like town, so he was never around. So he was either home or staying with his girlfriend who went to a nearby school, and so like we didn't have that roommate relationship bond. And it sucked because all the other guys on my floor were like super close. They would do stuff together. I mean, I'm kind of just like sitting in my room on a Friday night, instead of hanging out with people. So I mean, even if your roommate is a total slob and he listens to terrible music and he doesn't do his dishes, like at least try and be good enough friends that you can like coexist.
It is probably a really good thing you and I were never roommates.
But see, like you and I have so much in common that
true.
like I wouldn't necessarily like it would be easy to be like, Micah, you need to do that pot of macaroni and cheese that's been sitting in the sink for 6 weeks now.
My roommates were definitely very forgiving towards me. There was a week I wore the same pair of socks every day for a week.
That doesn't surprise me.
They were good. I think what you said was
bathing optional.
Bathing optional. Yeah, I still don't like showering. But no, they were really good. But what you said about the friends is so key. My roommate freshman year, there was like one of the first days we met. We went for like a 4-mile walk, and it started raining on us, and we just talked about everything.
Yeah.
And by the end of that, we were like, we felt like we knew each other forever. And with every roommate I've had, I can say I can't remember a point where we weren't friends.
Yeah, and I think that's hugely important.
Yeah,
like you guys don't have to be like best friends, but be friends enough to the point where you can like spend time with one another, even if it's just like watching a movie or I don't know, what else do roommates do?
Oh well, I
like play Scrabble or something.
The First Amendment does not protect me from everything I did to my roommates. They were very forgiving. I was very obnoxious. Like I
could see that
I ticked them off, but I love them. I think they love me. There was one time I got horse collar tackled in a stairwell for spraying cheap cologne on one of them while he wasn't looking.
My gosh, you were obnoxious.
Yeah, and don't even bring up duck sauce to Caleb. He still hasn't recovered. Moving right along.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we do the extended version, I want to hear the duck story or the duck sauce story.
Or you've heard the parade stories.
I've heard the parade stories.
No, okay, we can't go there.
You can't put that on.
No.
So all right, let's go. Keep going.
Next question, Bruce. What creates wonder for you? Like, what is just amazing? And if you need a second to start, I'll start.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and start?
Perfect. This is the perfect time to transition back to our Thought Bubble garden. We have one cucumber sprouting. Yeah, it's like still under the water.
Cute.
There's this little granule of dirt it still has to push over. To me, I'm totally in this phase right now. Joel and I are gonna be farmers. We've decided we got the Thought Bubble garden. But the fact that I can put this seed that's been in this packet on the shelf for months, I drop it in normal dirt, and I put a little water from the tap in there, and this thing's gonna grow into an onion. Like that just
Wait, weren't we just talking about cucumbers?
Well, we got cucumbers too. We got the Thought Bubble garden has a variety, but that's just to me like I can't understand that. That is just
Yeah.
it's amazing. It's like the world's greatest magic trick, and it happens every single day. Oh man,
So is it my turn now?
yeah.
Well, shoot.
All right. I mean, I got more, but I want to hear from you.
Things that bring wonder. I guess like, so we took a trip to Chicago this past weekend, and we drove, 2.5 hours north.
If you were in Dave's van, you drove like 3.5 hours because they took a wrong turn.
Because Kelly doesn't know how to give directions.
Oh, see, this is how you make her angry.
She already hates me. It's whatever at this point.
Kelly, I love you. Yeah.
Well, anyway, like we drove 2.5 hours, and we were like in a completely different world. Like we were hanging out in Greektown, which like I had only been to a couple times in the 5 years that I was living in Chicago, and like it was just like so beautiful. And then if you drive 5 hours south in Illinois, you get to the Garden of the Gods, and it's just like, I mean, it's incredibly beautiful. Just like the trees and everything, but it's just like Illinois is just tiny, and to be honest, it's kind of like the armpit of the Midwest. There's not a whole lot going on here. It's like,
Yeah. But to be fair, every person that I've known that lives in the Midwest refers to their state as either being or having the armpit. Like armpit. Like if you're in Indiana, they call Gary. It's the armpit of.
yeah, that's true.
So it's like kind of
All right, well, it's
maybe,
like
maybe the Midwest is just the armpit of North America.
Yeah.
It's more like the navel though, right in the middle.
it's just there's not a whole, but but just like how big, not just like Illinois is, because Illinois isn't like big, but hop on a plane and go to Haiti, and then it's just like it's like a completely different world. So I mean I guess just like, and then there's like other continents and other planets and other galaxies and solar systems and universes and stuff. It's just like,
Yeah.
like that just blows my mind.
Yeah, I heard this thing that our solar system is moving through the Milky Way at a speed of like 10,000 miles a minute or something like that. I don't actually know. It's something astronomical. It's like we haven't run into anything yet. It's that big. Like we're I feel like we're booking, like, hold on, Earth is moving, going for blast off. And I mean, we've been going at this for I don't know how many thousands of years, and we haven't hit anything yet because it's so big.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, my the other thing that creates me to wonder, and if you watch this week's adventure video, you will know why. Flying, like I mean, I've watched videos about Bernoulli's principles. I can tell you how lift works. I can tell you all the different types of turbulence. I can tell you that CRJ 90 has crashed or had a fuselage breakdown 18 times since it launched in 1993. I can't. Still, like, the fact that this thing is this giant metal object flying through the air, and like the kind of like backing it up even a step further, God created our atmosphere with the possibility of achieving lift, and for thousands of years mankind didn't have a clue about it. It was still there. Like all the physics were there for that.
Yeah.
I just it's 4 things I cannot understand. 5 are too wonderful for me.
Yeah, exactly. The human body.
Yeah, I mean,
like, just you've got the universe, which is so big, and then you've got stuff going on inside the human body that's just like so small that
I know.
you can't even, like, they've separated the
I
atom
went to
into
the
like
bathroom
quarks and
3 times this
leptons and-
morning, and it's probably like a bacteria like this big that caused me to do it. Is that where you were going with
That's
that?
not exactly where I was going with it, but we can
I mean,
do
same
that.
principle, right?
I guess.
Well, you said the other day you're explaining different types of food poisoning, and it's like a bacteria that won't actually hurt you till it's like 1 million of them in you.
There's kind of like that threshold that it has to cross.
And it's just
before,
like the fact that you could have 1 million of a pathogen in you.
and not even really know it until you're firing from both ends.
But even then, like 24 hours later, you're normal again.
Yeah.
Like you just like what happened to those? Like, oh man. Okay. Moving on. Serious bubble question.
Serious bubble question.
Serious
Right,
bubble.
serious
Moment of
face.
silence for the serious bubble question. Once again, if you watch this week's adventure video, we see us talk more about this, but we'll kind of call this behind the scenes of it. What do you fear?
Ooh. Like a healthy fear or like an irrational one? Like I'm scared of.
I want to take I hate spiders.
Yeah, me too. That's where I was gonna go with that.
But I mean, what's the more significant fear for you?
Probably just failure.
Mm-hmm.
Just that possibility or that reality that I could potentially let somebody down, I could let myself down, that my best isn't good enough for whatever. And that's kind of something that, has been kind of an innate, part of me growing up. Like, getting B's on spelling tests, like, that wasn't an option. Then it kind of progressed to not getting, the job offer, or not getting, the result that I was expecting, the result that I thought I deserved, based upon, like, my works, my merits, and things like that. So failure is definitely up there on that list.
Is that something? Do you see that affecting you on a daily basis?
Ooh.
I mean, we're just getting candid here.
Yeah, I mean,
this is.
I wish I could prepare for these, because it would give me a chance to, like, process through.
Oh, well, he's processing. We talked, like, our second bubble in, if we'd be better off actually telling each other the questions. And I quote Bruce as saying, "That's not how bubbles work."
That's not how bubbles work. Like, these ones, I need a little.
Yeah, I thought about texting you, but I was like, we'll just hit record. And Dave's suffering right now because things are getting long.
Yeah.
But it's like,
sorry, Dave.
yep.
Do I see it affecting me in everyday life? I mean, maybe not as much as it used to.
Okay.
Because, like, it depends on how you deal with it to a really great extent, I think. And I don't always deal with it very well. Like, sometimes not well at all. Like, you've known me well enough to know, like, when something doesn't go my way, I usually pitch a hissy fit or a temper tantrum or something like that.
You're never wondering if Bruce is having a bad day or
yeah,
not.
because you see it on the Moneymaker right here.
I could cut to that clip of you pulling up in the driveway Saturday morning.
You totally could. That'd be kind of
could.
funny.
But I won't.
I appreciate that.
You're good. No, it's good. Let's stay on topic.
But, I mean, there's always that, what if I screw this up? What if, what if I let this person down? What if, whatever. But I don't think it's paralyzing. It's kind of just one of those, it's like a hesitation, I guess. But I guess, like, the worst thing to do, this is my public service announcement. So if you've stopped listening because you're bored or whatever, listen up now. Don't let the potential of failure be the thing that prevents you from giving 100%. Because, like, 100% in falling flat on your face, you can look back and say, like, well, at least I gave 100% and screwed up, missed the mark, whatever, than if it's like, you're half-hearting everything.
I mean, yeah. Dude, you're so spot on. I mean, that's right, like, basically a perfect paraphrase of what Teddy Roosevelt said. It's not in the man who knows great success or the man who knows great failure. It's to the man who's in the arena with dust on his face, giving it everything, and who at worst fails, at best succeeds, but either way does so daring greatly.
Yeah.
Like that is. I mean,
that's a way cooler way of saying, like, shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you land among the stars.
I mean, that was. I remember when we were talking. One of the things we wanted to talk, like, with these videos, is just, like, I almost wanted to use that phrase, daring greatly, just because, like, that's what.
That's what life's about. Like, if you're playing safe, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not really living.
Yeah. I think you're gonna ultimately end up the loser in the end there.
Yeah. Most
Wondering
definitely.
what would have happened if I had given it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, you've kind of morphed into what I think my fear was, but mine's a little different. Is not having enough time. Not having enough time to do the things that I want to do. Not having enough time to be with the people I love. Just, coming to the end of life and saying, that was too short, and I misused my time. And that's, like that's I want to think that that's a healthy fear, but I also know if I dwell on it too much, I just get depressed because it's like
Yeah.
I haven't done anything with my life yet. What have I done? Like, I'm 22. Like I work hard. I try to love Joelle the best that I possibly can.
No.
Like priorities are there, but there's definitely that fear of getting to a point, or especially you hear about people getting illnesses early on in life and going,
Yeah.
did I really only have this much time? And my fear is not using that well, and that's a big motivator. Yeah.
That's
I
great point.
I hope that's healthy. I have a lot of. Flying isn't a fear I have. That one's not good. But if you want to hear me talk more about flying and how a pilot almost made me poop my pants on a plane, watch this week's adventure video. In the meantime, great bubble. I appreciate hearing from you always. This will be the week, guys. We love you. Check out the adventure video this week.
It'll be good.
On the bright side, I was filming. You alright? You alright, Bruce?
You sure?